Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I'm back to talk to you again about do's and don'ts going live. So the tip for today is choose a knockout profile picture. So whatever site you're doing your streaming through, make sure you really think about the profile picture, right? Because that will determine if people will click on it or not, right? Your picture is still the most important thing when it comes to whether people are going to watch your stream or not. So if they recognize you, they'll click on it. If you're attractive to them because you're doing something cool, they'll click on it. If you're doing something that makes them have interest, like there's a cool background behind you, or there's something topical, or they can understand your business, or if it's something that they attract to them because they have a commonality with you, whatever it may be, think about that stuff, right? So your profile pic should be clear, easy to see your face, make sure that you're recognizable. It should be a little bit professional, but probably not too professional unless you're doing some kind of live streaming that's at a professional event. You want to really think about when you stream, it should really be ways to draw engagement. People want to like you to watch you, right? So basically you want to be able to do that. Again, don't be too formal. Make sure you smile a lot. In your profile picture, it should be full of smiles. You want to do things that make you, appeal, right? So in my profile pictures, pretty much you'll notice two things. One, I always make sure it's well lit so people can see me clearly because I am the face of my business. And it's really important that people trust me to trust doing business with Sonic VA. And the other thing that I do a lot of is I do a lot of this or this or this, right? Because it makes me look like I'm thinking I'm serious. It's kind of like my thing, right? I am kind of a serious person, so I give off a bit of a serious approach, but I smile when I do it, right? So it's not totally too intimidating, right? So it's that balance of expertise, of knowledge, of being someone who knows what he's doing. That's me, right? That's me, and that's who I am when I'm taking photos, and I make sure they match up. So that's my tip for today about going live. Before you go live and you build your profile page where you're going to go live through, make sure that you have a really cool profile pic, one that attracts the kind of attention you want to attract. Of course, you don't want to have anything crazy, bad, weird that will drive people away. Keep it simple, but keep it classy. That's what I have for you today, so hopefully that helped. I'll be back again soon with more do's and don'ts of going live. Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I'm back again to talk to you about more tips for live streaming, do's and don'ts, right? And this one is about dominating your niche. Choose your own style for your live stream, right? So wherever you're streaming, however you're streaming, whatever you're streaming about, it's got to fit your style, right? It's got to be about you because you're trying to bring people into your conversation. You want to engage with them through your camera. And to be able to do that, you have to be yourself, right? You can't really be somebody you're not. People will see through that. You want to attract fans that appreciate you, that like you, that want to share with you, that want to give you comments and drop feedback and do things to help you share your message, grow your business, have your big impact, whatever it is. Some people are entertainers and they like to talk and sing and dance and play instruments, and that's a great way to build an audience through streaming. Some people talk about their business. Some people talk about things that interest them, right? You want to mix it up, right? Even if you're doing it primarily streaming for business purposes, don't always make it always about business. Share yourself, share your story, invite people to be in it with you. It will add a lot of value. That's how you dominate your niche, right? You attract people who want to be around you, and you want to enrich other people's lives by having a rich life yourself. Basically, one person told me when I was asking them about how to do really good lives, they said what you want to do is become irreplaceable in someone's life, right? You want people to really think about you like their favorite TV show or their favorite movie series or their favorite books or whatever. You want to have them coming back time and time again to enjoy that time with you. So whether it be pure entertainment or pure business or some combination of both, something like edutainment where we're trying to educate our audience in an entertaining way, think about that when you want to figure out how to dominate your niche. Adapt your style, do what you do best in the area that you think makes the most sense, but make sure that when you're doing it, you're always engaging. That is the key to dominating, being irreplaceable. I'll be back again soon with more tips and do's and don'ts of going live. Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today I'm going to share with you another tip about what you should or shouldn't do when you go live. And we're going to call this tip, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And what I mean by that is that no matter how prepared you are, something will probably go wrong at some point. So really make sure that you are always thinking about that and keeping a list of things that you should do, a checklist, a prep list. Make sure that you have everything ready. Do a dry run to test your equipment out before a big live. Have a spotter or a wingman, somebody to monitor your interaction so they can free you up to focus on talking to your audience and engaging with them, but have somebody else kind of like mention who's coming, who's going, thank people, give people a request to do a call to action. If you're running some kind of live stream, whether it be things from Zoom or something like Twitch or something like Bigo or something like Facebook Live, have somebody to help you, right? Somebody there who's going to follow up on questions, drop links, do things to be able to keep your focus on talking to the camera and engaging with your audience and making eye contact. And you don't want to be distracted by having to type in your phone or go type to the side. You want to be looking like this, right? That's really important. So having someone to help you do that, and then that will give you a backup, right? So if things do go sideways, you've got somebody that can be there to help you. Because the more you do this, the more you realize that there's going to be times you just got to roll with it, right? You got to go with the flow. You have some kind of technical glitch, you have some kind of streaming issue. You just got to be able to adapt. And when you do that, you're going to be successful, because adaptability is the surefire key to success when it comes to going live. Yes, you want to be consistent. Yes, you want to be on time and do things the right way and have all the stuff set up. But when things do fail or go sideways on you, just be ready for them. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's my motto, and I see that being true among so many other people out there doing live streaming. So that's my talk for today. I'll be back to this again soon with more do's and don'ts on going live. Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I'm back again to talk to you about live streaming, about do's and don'ts of going live. And today's tip will focus on interacting with viewers, right? You want to make sure you boost your audience, but it can be hard, right? There are some great ways to help you get better numbers, and the easiest is interaction, right? People follow you because they are connected with you. They interact with you, they talk about it, they share it, they let their friends know about it. There's something that can become your own marketing team by just having engaged viewers, having loyal, rabid fans is kind of our goal. If you look at the top performers out there, people that are on YouTube or on TikTok or on Twitch or wherever they may be streaming, you're finding that they're actually building up their own fan base, and people will help them increase their numbers that way. That's the best way. So, if you poll your audience, you ask a lot of questions, you have some questions ready. If you use the chat window, especially if you have somebody that's working with you, a spotter, a wingman, somebody that can be an admin for you, can ask questions of the audience while you're talking, while you're entertaining. That's a big deal. This will really bring people back when they feel a sense of interactivity, right? So whether you're trying to educate somebody, entertain somebody, or do something in between, you want to make sure that it's interactive. You don't want to just talk nonstop, right? So I'm talking right now on this 2-minute video that I'm going to share with you. That's okay, because it's a 2-minute video. I'm just kind of get your interest in what I'm doing and build my fan base up that way. But if I'm doing live streaming right now, I would be looking at who's liking this, who's following this, who's viewing this, and engaging with them, welcoming them, thanking them, asking them questions. That's how you really, really build your audience through live streaming, is interacting, is pretending there's nothing between you and them. There's no camera, there's no internet. You're actually there in person having a conversation. That's the goal of really, really good interaction on a live stream. So that's my tip for today. I'll be back again soon with more do's and don'ts of going live. Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I am back again to talk about live streaming. I'm really enjoying these conversations. Basically, I'm just sharing with you things that I've learned from watching a lot of live streamers, checking out YouTube stars, looking at different platforms to see how people are streaming, because I'm getting more and more requests from my clients to have a virtual assistant help them improve the viewership and the outputs they get when they do streaming. And so one of the things I see, probably the most important thing that I believe is the key to success, is consistency, right? So I don't stream a lot myself because the consistency challenge, right? Having to be somewhere to build an audience. Yet I coach people all the time that if they're going to really depend on streaming to be part of their business, they have to be consistent. So knowing what works best for you is key. And if you're really, really good at entertaining and engaging in real time, you got to be consistent. You got to have reoccurring broadcasts, right? Most of us don't do that. And that's a big challenge. If one day you broadcast at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday, for example, and the next week you broadcast at 4 p.m. on a Thursday, people are not going to find you. They're not going to have that consistency. This is one of those weird things where even though we live in a Netflix age now where people consume whenever they want, as much as they want, they still expect to know when things are there. They still need some trigger in the back of their head telling them, like, every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, Dan's going to be live streaming about technology in the virtual staffing space. If that's what I'm trying to do, I better do it, right? Because if I don't, people are going to go looking for it and they can't find it. The top people out there are consistent in when they drop content and when they engage with people in that content. So whether you're actually recording stuff and sharing it or you're going live and sharing it, you have to be just as consistent. You want to program your audience's minds to know when you're live, right? Set a day and time or multiple days and time across the week and be consistent. That way people know when to come back, they know when to consume your time, and they're going to love you for that, right? It builds trust. Trust is super important and it comes out of that consistency. So, most important lesson that I can share with you, probably more than any other, is just make sure that you're always consistent when you're going live. That's really the key I see towards people that are super successful when it comes to going live. So that's my tip for today. I'll be back again soon with more do's and don'ts of going live.